The pandemic still has a grip on the job market, from layoffs to burnout. Research shows more than 4 million people left their jobs in August, and we've seen strikes increase over just the last couple of weeks. I'm here now with recruitment expert Jason Wachtel to talk about fighting the burnout. Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So this is something almost all employers across the nation are dealing with. Why is that?
Since the pandemic started in March 2020, all of us have worked remotely, whether you're in restaurants or a few jobs. We've all been remotely for about a year and a half. And to make that adjustment now to go back to the office, whether it's 2 days, 3 weeks, or 4 days a week, it really is challenging for a multitude of reasons, balancing your personal life and your business life.
Absolutely. And it seems, honestly, for the first time ever, in some instances, employers are actually addressing mental health during the pandemic. So why do you think there is still so much burnout?
As at JW Michaels, I expected my employees to respond relatively quickly. And I was guilty of sending emails on a Saturday, Friday night, Wednesday night. And now you can't do that. People worked so hard during this pandemic. They wanted to show their employers that they were working remotely, no matter what was going on. They weren't watching TV. They weren't going for walks. And I think that got to people. And so now I think as employees, you have to sort of take a step back. You can't be sending emails at 7, 8, or 9 o'clock at night expecting people to respond. It's just too much pressure constantly from the second employees wake up to they go to sleep. You have to have a separation of what they're of work and personal time.
Absolutely. And what would your advice or suggestions be to employers? What should they kind of be asking themselves right now?
Well, I think if you listen to your employees, they're going to tell you they do not want to be in the office generally 5 days a week. So the first thing you got to do is you have to reset your thinking and say, okay, we were a 5-day-a-week company. My employees are telling me they want some kind of hybrid schedule. And I think the appreciation that you will receive as a business owner, if you're able to do so, is to change the schedule that you have. I think that's very important. I know at JW Michaels, it was very clear that we were 5 days a week and the employees wanted something different. So we went on a hybrid model. And that's what our clients have done. So a lot of our clients have said, okay, when the pandemic's over, we're going back 5 days a week. And they've changed that because they've listened to their employees.
Yeah, and what can employees be doing right now to help themselves and to take care of their mental health?
Well, I think for the first time, well, not for the first time, but more so than ever, employers are listening to their employees more so. So for example, if you're an employee and you're getting emails from your boss at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, you should feel comfortable saying to your boss or manager, listen, I'm working my butt off during the day. At 6 o'clock, I'm zoning out. I'm turning off my email. I'm happy to get back to it the next day, but you need to give me a little bit of break in the evenings. And the same thing on the weekends. On the weekends, unless it's an emergency, you should feel comfortable as an employee to tell your employer that I don't need to be on call 24/7. And it also goes with vacations. When someone's on vacation, the boss should know, or the manager should know, not to be emailing or harassing their employees. Let them have those days off, because it really is important, more so than ever, to get that break.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.